Back when Ruth was very, very, very young, but still here with us. My grandmother used to live with the Seavey family in a large white house across the street from the store, and it had an attached barn, and every Sunday morning the Seaveys would bring my grandmother to church, and they'd sit where they're sitting today with my grandmother among them. And after church, they'd go home, and often the store closed on Sunday afternoons at 1 o'clock, so there were family gatherings. I recall one family gathering where the whole family was there, and in the kitchen, some of the older cousins and a few of the adults sat down and decided to have a game of poker, and they might have had a beer or two open as well at the time. My grandmother knew that was a deadly sin, and she didn't like it at all, but the thought of getting family together made her override some of her little fears about what might happen to their lives in the future because of what they were committing. She was a lot like all of the grandmothers in the 50s, I think. She was Aunt Bee from Mayberry, only skinnier, and she didn't move all that fast usually. But on this one particular day, she went into the living room and looked out, and up the front driveway came the new Russell Peppe. And she knew that it was a sin in private, but if the minister saw gambling and drinking in her house, all bets were off. She never moved so fast in her life. Sweat everything from the table, kick everybody out, get everything, and before he hit the front door, it was like nothing ever happened. So we knew from that moment on that Reverend Peppe had the ability to instill fear of God in the hearts of at least some of his congregation. Since that time, we know even more that he has instilled love in the hearts of people throughout the state of Maine. And his brilliant thoughts were as present then as they are today, and his words reach our hearts and touch us as they did today. And we are grateful that we were the first to see you in action, and we're more grateful that you continue this relationship with us.
That's wonderful.
And so in that spirit, we would like to extend to you the best that we can in these situations, which is to confer upon you the position as Pastor Emeritus as the church.
That's very touching. This is a wonderful gift, and what a surprise. And of course, I never knew of that incident because the table was clear when I went into the house.
It wasn't the only thing that we got away with.
We have more to say.
Oh.
Reverend Bill Gardai would like to tell you something.
Would I ever? Russell, you make me envious. All I ever had to offer was my few bits of words thrown out to somebody who might catch them. They didn't have the poetry and the power of your gift to us today.
God bless you, Bill.
The relationship between pastor and people is a most peculiar one. There are some who want you to be like a saint and keep you hidden until you do not embarrass them anymore. Or there are those who see you as a bedevilment and you getting things into trouble by holding fast to some things that are meaningful. Let me give you an example. The gift of presence is the most powerful hope that clergy have, that they might be amongst you as the tender touch of beautiful gifts. I believe that there's nothing more promising than the ability to walk amongst the people of diverse attitudes, and it becomes clear that we can never have anything pure, so that we are sinners and saints. And the gift of being a sinner, I'm top sinner. The saints are those of you who endure lengthy preaching. And so, to the warmth of this congregation, which in my mind has never been exceeded in all my years of trying to be present to people, this is a gift, Russell, to be part of this congregation. It has brought patience, goodness, and orderliness all in one. I hope for you and for us a long period of enclosure of goodness where it counts on the everyday world. Thank you for being who you are, people of the Church on the Cape.
And then lastly, in case you were wondering what this Brooks Brothers bag was doing, right beside you as you preached, we bought you some clothes. And, this is a shirt that we hope that you will wear proudly and often.
I will indeed. Oh, isn't that lovely? Church on the Cape, Pastor Emeritus.